Welcome to Spotfest Live.
Hey, yeah. I'm your host, Carson Daly.
Hey! I should bring back our old logo, every once in a while. I just put that up there, the original, TRL, ripoff that I did. So,
hey, it's still, my watch I wear still has the Total Spotfest Live Bullet Club look. Still has it to this day. Love that.
That was a good one. I had some really good graphics at the beginning. Remember the TNA one that I did. I love that.
Oh, that was
too.
solid. Yeah.
Anyway, we're reminiscing here, but thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining. For those of you joining us live, thank you. Chime in. We got chat pulled up. Like I said, it's a few seconds delayed, but feel free to chime in. We will definitely get back with you there. I am JJ Brownlee. He is Jamie Faulkner. We are going to talk about Dynamite, the fallout from Revolution.
Not the fallout from Brawl Out. Absolutely not.
I almost said the fallout from All Out. And
yeah. Well, it's the day after a revolution, day after tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, no, I thought it was a solid show. It surprised me, honestly, because as you know, typically the show right after a pay-per-view has been leaving us wanting for many, 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 many years.
Well, I think okay. Before we get into the show, let's talk about that a little bit. First of all, if you haven't checked it out, we do have a review up. We did our picks before, but we have our review after Revolution. So it should be linked down below. Apologies, there's something going on. I blame my recording software 100%, but for the first 20 minutes or so, Jamie's mic was out, even though it was there for some of it live, and I don't know. So
yeah, it's weird.
You can skip ahead a little bit, skip ahead 20 minutes, and it's fine. But anyway, we talked a lot about the go home was their first really good go home in a while, right? Because it always was that AEW paper for the longest time, AEW pay-per-views were fucking bangers, but the build up and the before and after were meh,
Right. Well said.
So keep that in mind. I have a question later on. I want to ask about that.
Okay.
I got questions this time, not you.
I know, that's different.
All right. So anyway, follow us along if you aren't already on Twitter at Total Spotfest. We will be getting into it though, so let's just not waste any time and let's talk about Dynamite, Jamie.
All right, so actually, I kind of want to talk about the first match first, which is kind of a different take than usual lately, because of another announcement later that made Jamie very happy. But first, we're talking about the All-Atlantic Championship of Orange Cassidy going against Jay Lethal.
Again. It's still great, but
it's still great.
It's like the fourth time we've seen this.
I think we're at 3 or 4. Yeah, it's somewhere in that.
It's not the first. We know that.
I really enjoyed how both of them were selling injuries. The lethal injection, he couldn't do it because of his elbow being hurt. Orange was selling the hell out of his knee, forgot which knee it was for just a split second, did catch that, but it's fine. He got it all figured out. Orange Cassidy did retain, but I will have to say, again, excellent match, very entertaining. The figure 4 section of the match made Jamie very happy because it was beautiful. And then
I know.
What do you think about Jay Lethal now doing the Jeff Jarrett strut and not the Ric Flair strut?
Love it. And here's why. Jay Lethal has long, in my opinion, been underappreciated in the world of wrestling. I think as a whole. People in ROH, people knew of what had that shtick for him. He was a TNA original, but he was kind of very small mid-card getting up there before the Hogan Dixie Carter thing. And afterwards, he kind of just, was another guy. He was never going to be a top guy, right? Which is a shame because he had the skill for it. He had the ability. I could see in the old Black Machismo bits that he had the gift. But therein lies what I'm getting at. Ever since then, he's always had a bit of, and it was very on the nose in TNA, but he always had a bit of impersonating famous other wrestlers. Macho Man, Ric Flair. Keep it going. Do Jay Jarrett now. Sure. I don't mind it one bit. Okay.
Jay Lethal?
Yeah, and I'm not a Jeff Jarrett fan at all. I appreciate him as a worker and a talker. I think he's past his time to be in the ring, but that's beside the point. I like Jay Lethal doing the shtick of him, though. I think that's cool.
I do too. I really, really do. I thought it was perfect, especially with how after the match ended, Jeff Jarrett came out and smashed a guitar not on Orange Cassidy's head, no, but on his injured knee. So again, selling the knee. So I really enjoyed how they did that. I think that they said on the announce team, and I also agree. I think this is the first time he's ever hit the guitar not on the head or on the back.
Oh, he has in TNA.
I've never seen him do a body part. I don't remember him ever doing a body part. Always the head or the back.
I seen him do a nut shot once. Like it was back in the old like Team Canada days. I don't remember who it was, but he did a nut shot with the chair with the guitar. That's a little thing to put as a point of contention. It's like, okay, sure.
So later on in the show, to come back to kind of wrap up this match, this was the last match ever that the All Atlantic Championship will be defended.
Where was your brain first of all, because Tony Khan came on for a special announcement, and no offense, but his special announcements have been kind of meh, lately. Where was your
best one?
It was just not saying a lot. No offense. Okay?
That's true.
Where was your mind at when he said that, though? It's like, are they getting rid of this belt already, or like, what were you thinking?
I was like, are they gonna do like you can have a max title reigns and you have to that it gets given up? Which I think that's a hell of an idea.
I thought maybe they're gonna like fold it into the TNT title or something. I didn't know.
I thought he was like, this is gonna be Orange Cassidy's last because after this moment we are going to make it up for grabs. You can only defend it X amount of times before it's up for grabs. Which I thought, man, that's a hell of an idea. Like you could only be like it's a term, like you're a president. You have a term with the belt, and then it has to go up, and then there's carnage that ensues.
That's an interesting take on it. I don't know if I've ever heard of that before. It's cool.
I haven't either, but I think that's a great idea now that I said it.
And then you can be smart about it. It's like challenge. Nope, I've only got 2 defenses left. Sorry, bud. One of those things.
Yeah, you're not worth my time, which builds a story.
I only have 3 defenses I can do on this remaining because I've already done 2, so I can't,
Yeah.
But no, they're going to rename the title.
They are. The European title.
European welterweight 205 24/7 title. No, it's going to be the AEW International Championship.
I love it.
You've long had a big shtick about it because All Atlantic, you got people from the Pacific that are challenging for it, right?
Yeah, it didn't fit. Like, especially with, they had tons of love over there in the Japan side, and they still do. Why you call it Atlantic? Why do you call it the All Pacific? But they just corrected it and said, you know what? We're gonna go out everywhere. We're gonna not go intercontinental. Oh no. Mm-hmm. We're going international.
Well, it's a definite swing on the nose at the Fed for sure.
Oh yeah, and honestly, lately, I would have to say it is more of an intercontinental than the European title. Like I'm starting to think nowadays
you've had a very low perception of the TNT title as the number 2 belt for a while, and you've been trying to build up the All Atlantic.
Yeah, it's confirmed now. Thanks.
I mean, if for what it's worth, a TV title is a TV title. It's not necessarily the second title in your company. The international, I gotta get used to calling it that, is a better belt anyway. It's a better strap. And hey, so Jeff Jarrett versus Orange Cassidy in the International Championship match next week in Winnipeg. Brought to you by Shazam Fury of the Gods. That was weird.
We're brought to you by Carl's Jr.
No, he literally said, plugged. He basically said it was due to our corporate partners and because of Shazam War of the Gods, we were renaming. I'm like, wait, because Shazam has a sequel coming out next Friday, you're renaming a belt? That's not it. Okay.
Yeah.
Just announced the HBO Max deal. Just fucking do it, Tony. Come on.
It makes too much sense. Much sense. Because you know how bad I want to rewatch the Escalera de la Muerte?
so much. I want to watch that, follow that up by the All Out 21 ladder cage match.
Yeah, the cage match. Cage match. Yeah, no, dude. So good. So good. I hope it happens soon. But anyway, so Orange Cassidy retained, as we talked about. So that set up Jeff Jarrett, and then for next week. After this, I do want to go kind of sequentially, because I mean there were a lot of promos, lots of promos, but in the best way possible. I didn't hate any of them.
No, it's interesting too, because about half of them are new stuff, and the other half wasn't, but it wasn't in a bad way.
Right?
Couple things I had some issues with booking wise, but we'll talk about that. So we'll go sequential tonight for the most part. So
yeah. So right after that, they talked about Wardlow's car getting broken into, and kudos to AEW by thinking on their feet quickly and making that match a Falls Count Anywhere no DQ match.
Come as you are, dressed, thing.
Exactly. So he didn't have to get any kind of new gear made, anything like that. Mm-hmm. So very excited that they did that for him. It worked out beautifully. The main event, though, we got to talk about that.
We will talk about that for sure.
It got me. I got, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
I got. But anyway, so they talk about Wardlow, but then right after that, you had the in-ring segment with Ricky Starks. And I thought, this is the moment. He's gonna say he wants MJF, and the crowd did too. So like, well, what's next? Everyone's like, yeah. Like a couple
Ricky's getting full pop, man. That baby rock is becoming an adolescent rock. It's coming up. I'll go.
He's still baby rocking it.
He's still baby. Okay.
Well, yeah, because he had the perfect opportunity to be like, finally, the Ricky has come back. Thank God he didn't. I'm just kidding. But anyway, he starts talking about what's next, and he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, man, I really wanted it. Mm-hmm. But then Bullet Club music hits. I'm like, Jay Lethal? Like, or not Jay Lethal.
Everybody thought that. Everyone's like,
Jay White?
Because it Jay White, not Jay Lethal. Yeah. But yeah. And then the screen showed just the Bullet Club logo. And you're like, first of all, Bullet Club is on my TV in 2023. A decade ago, this was unthinkable.
Unthinkable. Yeah. And it wasn't Jay White. But I was pleasantly surprised because this guy has been all over Rampage and Dark Elevation, and he was a hot free agent, and that's Juice Robinson.
Right. He signed with AEW. He did sign with AEW. He's been going without the Bullet Club moniker, though, just as Rock Hard Juice Robinson, right? Not tonight. He had his Rock Hard Club shirt on. Everything.
I mean, he's still rock hard, ladies and gentlemen. Just
well, he never won't be rock hard. I feel like we're saying rock hard way too much.
Never mind. I'm not going there. Not going there.
Tony, your husband is a fantastic professional wrestler. Let's just go with that.
There's fiance.
Whatever. It's the same thing.
They're not married yet, are they?
If they aren't, they're close to it. It's close.
Yeah,
enough.
Whatever.
It's close enough. But
so that was.
So my pause for that.
Yeah, go.
I think you're already going on this patch here. My pause for that is that this to me seems like the perfect opportunity to segue Jay White into AEW.
I thought I took a different take.
Oh,
wow.
Interesting. Okay.
So I saw Bullet Club. Jay White officially got beat out of the Bullet Club.
Correct.
He's no longer a part of the Bullet Club. Got beat out. So I thought this was the Forbidden Door opener.
Okay. Still involving Jay White coming in.
Yes, but he's going to be on the AEW side.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not putting a Mark Stradamus stamp on it.
Yeah,
I'm
not doing anything with Jay White because Lord knows we don't know what's going on. He could show up in the Fed tomorrow. So
yeah, he could be at Mania.
Interesting though.
Yeah.
It opens the door, though. I mean, we've had some Bullet Club adjacent things, sort of, in here. Hakaleo was in there, but it wasn't quite as on the nose as tonight was, I felt.
Yeah, like legit Bullet Club. Boom.
Bullet Club.
Yeah, it was awesome. It made my heart happy. And I at first thought it was Jay White. And then as soon as it wasn't Jay White and I saw his juice, I'm like, ooh, they're going to set Forbidden Door. We're going to see some more stuff. We didn't get any more, but I feel like there's more coming.
There's more coming. There's more. There's offshoots there.
Yeah. So after this, the next segment definitely made JJ a happy boy.
It made me very happy. Very happy.
Heel Ruby.
Hey, Ruby.
There it is.
Full heel Ruby. Well, not full heel. She's 3/4 heel Ruby.
Oh, bullshit. That was full heel.
She could be. Full heel is when she broke Jim the Anvil Neidhart's glasses in front of Natalia the week after he died. That was full heel Ruby.
That's fair. But like she was full on talking crap about how she lost to Britt and got booed, and then beating Chris Statlander, getting booed,
blaming the fans for not, yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with Jamie Hayter, getting, everybody was on Jamie Hayter. So, she's with some other people who got alienated as soon as they got there. I'm like, Saraya wasn't even there 3 weeks.
But the fan base did turn on her pretty quick. As soon as she got in the ring, there was like,
yeah, like literally, I was expecting Peter Avalon or something to come out and be like, she doesn't even go here.
That would have been hilarious. But yeah, I mean, it was a good way to kind of frame it there, because she said that we, as the fans, we created this monster.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that it was International Women's Day, they did have 2 women's segments, so I was happy about that. But only 1 women's match, not happy about that. It's like it's International Women's Day. You could have had 2. Could have had 2. Could have had 2, especially today. It's kind of a big day. But anyway, Ruby decided, called out Sky Blue because they had the match. Like, yeah, come on, Rook. And honestly, it was a decent match. It was mainly Ruby in the very beginning, and then there was like a 3-minute flurry from Sky Blue,
yep.
And then Ruby does Ruby things. Ruby just beat the shit out of her. Ruby gets the dub, and then here comes the rest of the E-girls, and they spray paint. They're getting ready to spray paint an L onto Sky Blue, and then here comes Willow Nightingale for the save, right? Yeah, they beat the hell out of her too, and they put L's on both of them.
Well, Willow tries to talk sense into Ruby, First mistake. I mean, oldest trick in the book. No, you don't do that. It's not going to happen. And yep, the other girls circle back, beat them up. I like it on a couple levels. As I said, I'm pro heel Ruby. Mm-hmm. Even if it is for a little bit, I'm pro heel Ruby. I think that they set up an out for her too. She didn't join because of her friendship and history with Saraya and Tony. She joined because the fans didn't love her as much as they loved Britt or whoever else, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Willow Nightingale looks to get a push out of this, which I will take that any day of the week if that happens.
I love me some Willow Nightingale. Like
fans
Willow
love her.
Nightingale. I love her presence. She's got it for sure.
She's relatable. She's got good.
Yes.
She's good in the ring. She's good on the mic.
Dude, I want her to have some kind of belt in 2023.
She reminds me of NXT Bayley a little bit in the persona.
A little bit without the hugging, which I'm okay with.
Without being so sweet, right?
Yeah. But everybody can get behind Willow. Willow's just a sweetheart.
Yeah, she's about
infectious smile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's the long lost sister of Big E and all those guys. For real. I just get that vibe from her. She could easily fit in with them. But the New Day. she would be perfect for the New Day. But
absolutely.
Obviously
in a different universe, but still.
Yes. So let's just go ahead and just kind of put the pin in the rest of the women here. We had another segment with JJ's favorite wrestler, Jade Cargill. And talk about how she's 53-0 and doesn't feel challenged and all this, but they're gonna be up in Canada, and she wants them to send out their best. Their best.
Give me your best. Bret Hart? I mean, who?
Perfect. Who?
So, Jamie, who could it be?
So, Jamie did a little investigation before this show started. I'm not gonna say I have this stuff memorized. It'd be a lot cooler if I did, but it isn't.
You're Canadian. You don't know this stuff by heart.
I don't. Hey, nice heart. Okay. Hey, he's punny, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm full of tonight, guys.
So there were a few of them that we noticed.
Non-WWE, of course.
Non-WWE. So that eliminates Natalya, that eliminates Chelsea Green, and that Maurice.
And
right?
Aaliyah as well.
Aaliyah and Trish Stratus, obviously.
Right.
So they're out. So what does that leave? That leaves Taya Valkyrie, who's from British Columbia.
Yep. Currently in Impact.
You have Angelina Love, who is in NWA, and she is from somewhere.
I think she's from Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Toronto. Then you have Gail Kim, retired. Then you have Allie, or the Bunny. She is a Toronto native, lives in Buffalo now.
She's on the roster.
And then the interesting two for me, one was Lufisto. I would love to see Lufisto in a W or AEW ring. She deserves it more than most people out there. Lufisto is effing phenomenal. And if you don't know who Lufisto is, shame on you. That's all there is to it.
Shame.
She's that damn good. But then the last one, the most interesting to me, because she is from Winnipeg, Manitoba, where they are going to be. Rosemary.
The Demon Assassin herself. Who's currently signed with it. Who's currently in Impact as well. But Impact and AEW have had friendly relationships before.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise. You missed Taylor Wilde.
Oh, and Taylor Wilde. I'm sorry. See, Heather gets it. I love Rosemary.
Me and
amazing.
Jamie have been dying to see Rosemary live. And I think we had a shot to see her at one show, and then she ended up not going, and we ended up not going.
We ended up not going because she wasn't going.
But I don't know. I think that she hasn't wrestled in a bit in Impact. She's been in kind of like this trio in a managerial sort of spot between Taya and Jessica.
Jessica.
So I don't know if she's injured or not, but Rosemary I'd like to see. I think Taya makes a lot of sense booking wise.
I do too. I really like it.
Taylor Wilde would make a lot of sense. I would personally like to see Angelina Love. I don't know if they'll be able to pull that off because there has been a little bit of ruffled feathers between NWA and AEW in the past year.
Yeah,
so,
I think they're gonna go safe and it's gonna be the Bunny, and I really am not.
Easy money's on the Bunny. I mean, that's where house money is for sure.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? You know, give us if you're live, put in chat. If you're not, give us a comment. Who do you think is going to be lose to Jade? Let's be honest. I hate to even say that because it's gonna be that.
But I 100% believe that they are gonna pull out something big up in Canada.
I think this show is a total. There's other things later on we'll get to. I think this show as a total is going to be a big show for a lot of various reasons.
I have it. I don't know if I want to go here.
Oh, you putting your hat on? Put your hat on.
I think I am.
Put that hat on. Let's go.
If they go Forbidden Door.
Okay, because that's going to be after Full Gear? Yes.
Yeah, June.
Okay.
So that gives them 3 months to build. I could see Jade Cargill and Mercedes Moné.
Yes.
I could also see, and JJ, you're welcome. Dark Starlight Kid. No, I'm kidding. No, Julia, obviously.
Julia. If they pull in Stardom, that is.
Yes, and
which they should, but
they should.
Them having their own women's title drastically lessens the chance of them pulling in Stardom. I know they're owned by the same parent and they're kind of run, but they are independent of each other. Unfortunately,
they are, but the thing is like you could have Julia going against Jade, and you could have Julia give Jade her first loss. I think that would be a great story. Or actually, it'd be better if it was Mercedes Moné, because then everybody can get behind that. But like,
I think Mercedes Moné. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, but I think you and me would love Julia. But I think Mercedes Moné is the smart play here.
I think it would be. I think if you're going to stick with stay in your lane sort of thing, Mercedes lines up more against. Even though the matches I think wouldn't be Mercedes. Because she's the New Japan Women's Champion, lines up more with Jamie Hayter as the AEW Women's Champion. And then the Stardom Champion lines up more with the TBS Champion. Although I think if you switch those, you get much better matches. Julia versus Jamie Hayter, give me that 5 times a week, please. And Mercedes Moné versus Jade Cargill, that's a poster waiting to be printed 18 million times, right? I mean,
we always talk about printing money. That's printing money.
And Tony was very coy and very PC about his level of interest in Mercedes, because he was asked point blank on the presser after a Revolution. But, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I agree with you. I think Bunny's the smart play. If I had to take a guess, not the Bunny, I would actually say Taylor Wilde, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it has to be some kind of sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, Taylor's not currently attached to any promotion either. So.
Mm-mm. And so if it's not going to be Mercedes Moné who comes out after, and they want to keep it internal, I think somebody's coming out. I do, my heart of hearts. If it's not Mercedes, I think it's the returning Chris Statlander.
Okay.
And there's your new TBS Women's Champion.
There is a viable option too. She's right around the corner, close, right? She should be.
Yeah, I follow her on the grams and the Twitters. Like, she's posting stuff of her being able to work out and all that stuff. Like, so she's probably almost cleared. So
okay, well,
hoping to see Stat. And she was brought up on the show. Like you don't just randomly bring up a person's name without intention, especially in wrestling.
Yeah, that's what Heather just said too, as well. Yeah, you're 100% right. So, well, anyway, more promos thereafter. Hanger had
MJF was fun.
MJF was fun and interesting because he's gonna have a rebar mitzvah because it's his birthday next Wednesday in Winnipeg. And my mind immediately went to, this is Kenny Omega's time to get in this picture.
Same. And then they just pulled that right out from under us.
Right out.
Like literally 2 segments later. Which we'll just go right there.
We'll come back to the other promos later. That's fine.
Yeah, there's lots of good stuff here. But after that, you had the JAS, who had a match up against Top Flight and AR Fox, which excellent match, by the way. I really enjoyed it. AR Fox and Top Flight, I'm not a big flippy spinny shit kind of guy like you are, but I appreciate the hell out of them.
I did like also how, even though they're cringe, it's supposed to be, how JAS is now, they're doing these poses that are like a domino effect pose. Because there's now, because now Daniel Garcia is involved as the bastard child, so they're just adding him into everything. It's fantastic. I love it. I think it's so cheese. It's great.
Yeah, so right after the match, they win, by the way. JAS wins.
In nefarious ways.
Ooh, shocker. But after the match, they talk about how great they are. They're the sexiest group alive, whatever. But then they're like, we are going to be the next Trios champion. We're #1 contenders. House of Black, they call them straight out. And then, like, turn off the lights and, like, come on out with your amazing entrances, which I thought was awesome. Like, he even called out like how great their entrances are, because they are. And then lights go out, carry how my wayward son hits, and here comes the Elite.
Whoop. So
And
immediately my thought about MJF and just went down the tube. Not completely, though.
Right out the window. For now.
I still have a thought. Go for it, though.
I do too, and I'm glad. I bet our thoughts are probably similar because we host a podcast together.
Yeah.
So lights turn out, they come out, and Kenny starts talking. And Kenny, is talking, how our paths haven't crossed, anything like that. And here comes Don Callis sprinting out there. I got this, guys. And it was classic Don Callis.
Don Callis is a
vintage, if you will.
Set. Oh, so good.
And he's like, "Hey, Chris, sorry, the people call you one of the best in the world, but you're the second best out of Winnipeg." And then everybody's like, "Oh,
And if I had a little more training, you might be the third." Or if you had a couple months of training, he said, whatever.
Yeah. It was great, but then, they're getting ready to fight, and then lights actually do go out. Here's the House of Black saying, "Hey, you guys bring up valid points. If you want it." Lights go back out, the screen comes out, and then they're right between both teams. Come and get it. And so we have a match next week.
A triple threat trios match.
That's 9 people, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't count.
Triple threat trios. They better do 3, like one member from each team at a time in the match. I hate this whole multiple, when you have so many tag teams and you only have 2 total people. I don't like those.
Yeah, treat it like a triple threat at all times.
Yeah. You can only take your own team in, but yeah, let's go, right?
Yeah, I'm in. I think that's a great idea. So this is my thought, and I'll let you put it on a bow at the end. I think 100%, obviously House of Black's going to retain. Then this is going to set up a feud between the Elite and JS for a little bit in order to get their stuff going. This will allow MJF to feud with somebody else. I don't know who at this point. I'm still trying to figure that one out. I'm really hoping they don't throw Adam Cole right there, because that's just not good business.
I don't think they would.
But then they have those guys go out. Eventually JS will come victorious because they need a win at this point. And then the Elite will go their separate ways, which will give us just in time for Kenny and MJF for All Out. I think if they plan it out right, it could work out that way.
See, here's my thought, and this is taking some grand assumptions because we don't know the full card for next week. This sure as shit looks like your main event. Chris Jericho from Winnipeg, Kenny Omega from Winnipeg, with Don Callis from Winnipeg. The House of Black's one of the hottest things in wrestling. This looks and screams and feels like your main event.
If it isn't, I'll be pissed.
But
honestly,
if it's not, I'm just saying, maybe this is the opener. Maybe they do that swerve, right?
No.
Hear me out. Listen, I feel like this is me trying to salvage my initial thought about MJF. Okay. One way or another, this is not the main event. Okay. Or is it the final thing? Maybe MJF is the final thing after this. Who knows, right? Because he's the world champion. He wants his rebar mitzvah at the end of the night. I don't know. All right. Whatever. It's not the final thing on the show. The Elite lose. And they lose in the way that Kenny is frustrated with the rest of the team and him and Don Callis. They don't abandon them during the match. They don't walk away. But they're just like, we got to try something different. I got to do some stuff on my own, right? MJF has his rebar mitzvah, goes on about it, starts dogging the shit out of Winnipeg and Canada, the whole 9 yards, and then Kenny arises. Kenny puts himself in the picture against MJF. I don't think after I'm trying to salvage the initial thought I had of, MJF doing his birthday celebration in Kenny Omega's hometown. It's got to be Kenny Omega. But now with the whole trios triple threat thing, I don't see how you do that this soon. So it's a thought. It's not going to happen, but I just don't know who you feud with MJF if you don't have I don't know.
So I think so. This is Mark Stradamus' prediction here. I think you're on the right path, but the wrong person.
You think Jericho?
No, I don't think it's gonna be an active wrestler.
Come on, Mark Stradamus. Who are you pulling out?
It's easy. It's so obvious it hurts.
Adam Cole?
No.
Who?
Non-wrestler, retired wrestler. Dare I say, the best there was. The best there is.
You think Bret Hart's going to show up?
The best there ever will be. Absolutely. He's shown up in AEW before. Think about the pop he's going to get in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Okay. As long as you don't have him get in the ring.
Oh, no. He's not getting but he's going to try to put he's going to try to put MJF in his place.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how that's going to go.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to wrap my head around who is going to be the next up, because they kind of jacked with everything tonight that I thought was going to happen.
Right.
Which, thank you, Tony.
You've got, so let's just run the count by. So you've got Kenny Omega looks to be sticking around with the Elite in a trios, at least for the foreseeable future, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Starks has got a thing going on with Juice, which we like. Cool, right? Okay. You can, like I said, that's the long-term plan there, right? Adam Cole, I agree with you. Don't jump in right into this right off the bat. I don't feel like they will. I like your thought about putting him up towards Orange Cassidy. That's a good way to get into it. Okay. What about Hanger? Hanger's the next one. He said in a promo before this that he said with Renee, talked about the match, very poetic, blah, blah, blah. He's done with Jon Moxley in his opinion.
But he's not.
Then there was the match between Dark Order and the Blackpool Combat Club.
And it messed everything up, man. Like, all my thoughts. No Mark Stradamus's, but like, where could they go with this? Like, there's so many options. Mm-hmm. And every option I thought, oh, this makes a whole lot of sense. Like, they're going to do this. They're going to push Ricky. They're going to make Hanger the next guy. No. What did they do? They turned the Blackpool Combat Club heel.
Full ass heel.
Full heel. Like, not even just like tweener heel, like full on.
Like Claudio playing bouncer with the referee after the match, telling him that they got this, don't worry, as John's choking out Alex Reynolds after the bell, right?
Yeah.
Full ass heel. Evil comes out to a good pop, too.
Yes, he does.
We love us some Evil Uno over here. Yes, we do. I think it's beat up. And here comes Hanger. It's like, well, fuck. Guess you're not done with Moxley after all.
So they're going to set up a match for those guys. And I'm hoping it's next week. And I hope this means the illustrious return of one Stu Grayson.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. That'd be so good.
I need Stu back in my life. I love Evil Stuno. I love Evil Stuno. They will stay there forever.
I hope so. I hope it is. You know, they're on good terms. He did make an appearance when they were in Toronto. So here's hoping, you know. Hopefully, too, because that might actually give some breath for Hanger. So, all right. So, Kenny's probably out. Not in the mix yet. Okay. Adam Cole, we don't think he's going to go into the mix. Ricky Starks, that's still kind of a future plan thing, right? You know, the seed's there, but they're just watering it right now. No big deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a thought who it could be. We'll talk about that at the end of this, after we're done with everything.
Okay.
What else do we have before the main event? I think there was
the FTR segment, which was nice to see.
Yeah.
How they're going after. So FTR came out to a huge ass pop. Talked about how 2022 was amazing, how 2023 sucks so far, which is accurate. And then how they're gonna come after the Guns and beat the shit out of them for those belts, and they better. They're the team. They're the best in the world. Mm-hmm. FTR for president. Let's make it happen.
They were the textbook definition of over. And a lot of pontification about Jay and then the Briscoes, deservedly so. It's going to be good stuff. It's going to be good. And they seem to clear the way with the Acclaimed. They're taking the Acclaimed on a little sidetrack here. So it looks like they're going to move that kind of directly into our forefront tag team wise, which I hope so. So the only other thing that besides that was Danielson had a video promo. He was a broken man. The broken Bryan Danielson. We've seen this chick before. It's good. Okay. But he just said he ended it with, like, it's time for him to go home. What does that mean? I mean, he's probably taking a break.
Which is good.
I'm good because you were on a fever pitch here for the last 2 months. So
like every week out there. Okay, so let's go to this main event, the Falls Count Anywhere for the TNT Championship. Big meaty men slapping meat all over the arena. That's the best way I can explain this match.
You want to use car? Let's use all the car. The car door, the windshield, the hood. Use the whole car. Use the keg by the car. Let's do that. Yes. Oh my! I love it when shit goes. I love this stuff. I know some people consider it, I don't know, bit wrestling or whatever. I love it when it's just like weird ass brawl throughout the arena. It gets my blood hot. I love it.
Yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed this match, top to bottom. And the thing was, too, that really got me out of this thing was the swerve at the end. Where, one, I don't know if anybody remembers, but there's this guy named QT Marshall. Not Marshall.
Who you
Marshall.
love.
Oh, I love him so much. Which, I mean, the factory's done and dead. I don't know if you knew that.
I heard him say that on some interview last week.
Yeah. So, like, he came out and helped Hobbs beat Wardlow.
Legit. Now, before it got there, what was your thought about the match, though, as a whole?
I enjoyed the hell out of it. I thought it was really good.
I thought it was great. We've spoken a lot about Hobbs' progression, how much better he has gotten.
Yeah, and he's more shredded than Julian Salad, man.
And how Wardlow can indeed do more than just 3 power bombs and He did. He hit a fucking swanton off the top rope onto a table on the outside. I mean, come on. On Hobbs. And then did a power bomb of him.
Hey, since his name's Wardlow, I'm calling it a wonton. You're welcome. And then I mean, he no-sold the shit out of that spine buster, which, by the way, that was a pretty ass spine buster by Hobbs.
Hobbs has done the work, not just in trimming up and looking. He's put the work in the ring. He was very much a 2-trick pony when we first saw him. 3 if you want to include the snarl he did with his lip, but he's become a legitimate top tier talent.
So now we know that Hobbs is your new TNT champion, and since Wardlow's won it twice, he's no longer eligible to go for it anymore because that's the rules.
According to Jamie.
Well, hold on, no, I'm sorry. He has one more shot because Darby Allin did hold it 3 times. So he's out of it for now.
According to Jamie.
He's 100% out of it because now it's going to be Marshall and Wardlow doing their thing, and then that's going to allow for somebody else to come after Hobbs for a little bit, and then Hobbs will drop it to probably Wardlow again or to somebody different at a later date.
All right. Well, let's table that debate. Okay. Where were you going with that, though? Or was that?
What do you mean? That's it. Like,
here's where my take on it is. Okay.
First
of all, congrats to Hobbs. We just sang his praises. He deserves it. It's cool. I like the fact that they'll be able to bring someone else in or someone back. Someone who can do some redeeming would be great. But
Redeemer.
Give us the Redeemer. I think he's still in Europe, though. I think he's still in Bulgaria. Anyway,
I don't care.
He's taking some family stuff over there. I don't know. Or somebody else you bring in. Cool, right? You more or less have taken this third title and made it into your second title, and taken the TV title to make it your kind of what's the best way to say this? Your developmental title, you know? So it comes in, they get
Your
the
European
TV,
title?
European TV was always on that level. TV was always like the third.
The TV title. Yeah, the TV title is the equivalent to European title.
Yeah, you always had you had World Championship, then you had U.S. Intercontinental. You know, the next
TV European.
That was always
hardcore.
And then that's the others you had. You know, the offshoots. You know, the weird stuff.
Mick Foley was a hardcore champion.
A lot of people were, you know, but I'm just saying that was a very specific offshoot of anyway. Okay. So you've done that with that, but now Wardlow, 3 days after retaining the title, loses it literally and figuratively, right? What do you do with Wardlow?
Well, him and Marshall.
Well, you don't have Ricky Starks in the picture because he's going to be going up against Juice Robinson. We don't think it's going to be Adam Cole. Kenny Omega looks to be stuck in something with the Elite for a little bit here. You have a big name you've been pushing who has a history with MJF, who I don't think will affect long-term plans you have of Cole, Omega, and eventually Ricky Starks. Put him into the picture against MJF now.
He's not ready.
I think he's a filler for now. But I think it's good for him to be a filler for now because he's still stupid over, right? They have a storyline together, which makes sense. And it allows you to buy time so you can set up Kenny, Cole, Ricky.
Okay.
Because you asked, who is it that they're going to do with MJF? Would you rather just throw some schmuck up there, or Wardlow at least gives you at least a long-term story to it?
I feel like the perception would be that Wardlow is the schmuck because everybody knows he's a filler. Well, you know what I mean?
That's what he can use. That's his fuel. MJF can tell him that to his face every week. You're the flavor of the week. Just because you got hot on Tony Khan's good side, you're getting pushed above anybody who deserves a shot. You're not worth my time. That's how the promo goes.
So yeah, let's put a button on what's next for MJF because I have two names I want to throw at you.
Let's go.
One we've already talked about, and we thought he was going to show up earlier, and that's Jay White.
Jay White's the Joker card. That's for sure.
That one is very, very appealing to me. The next one, though, recently he didn't tweet, but somebody associated, say an assistant, tweeted a picture of a mask, and I think this would be a great opportunity to bring back Andrade El Idolo.
You don't think Andrade is gonna keep going his way to get back into the Fed?
They told him that they'll pay him to sit. So, but there's a picture of Jose the assistant with the mask, or a video showing the mask. So it seems like Andrade's on his way back, which would be great. And if they could put him he could be a filler, but then it could get him where he's been dying to be at all times, thinking he's a main eventer at all times.
On top of the card, yeah, at least for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, Jay versus MJF feud. I mean, I would love that too.
Jay's the Joker because right now, I don't think anybody knows what Jay's doing except for Jay. And I don't even think Jay knows what Jay's doing.
That's an accurate as hell statement.
He could be back in New Japan. He is as improbable as that seems. They would not turn away if there's a possibility to, because he is that sort of talent. And New Japan is in the real estate. And I know that they're foreign, but losing Jay White and Will Ospreay in 12 months' time, in a 12-month period.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're not Japanese, but that's a big talent hit to their company.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Osprey's got some time because of his neck injury, so they're probably got to do the
They're
add
probably
some time
going
to.
to add it to him. And I think
9 months.
and they've been very open about him with the ability to kind of continue to do the Rev Pro stuff the way he wants. So it's very favorable for him to continue on, especially because they've given him some extra leeway doing AEW and whatnot.
Valid.
But the possibility is there that he could just be like, fuck this and go stateside.
Yeah, I have a feeling about next week something big is going down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's Jay White or Andrade, but I mean, I think Bret Hart is like on the nose, and if it happens,
Bret Hart sounds about right. I mean, Winnipeg's
totally
not as far from Calgary as Toronto, so
yeah. I mean, we'll see. I have a hunch, man.
Okay,
we are going to see somebody big there. I don't know who.
I'm with you. Well,
male or female?
Well, you've called out a few. You've thrown Jay White. You've thrown Mercedes Moné. You've thrown.
I have because I have a hunch. I have this gut feeling.
It's going to be something.
Yeah.
I think so too. It feels like they're setting us up to be a very big show, more than just the Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho from Winnipeg angle and shtick, and I don't know. Something just tells me, especially dropping the belt that soon off of Wardlow, who is a golden boy of sorts for the company.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that without having a plan, unless he's hurt. I don't think he's hurt. So I think he's the filler for MJF. That's my take. That's my guess. We'll see.
I mean, that's a solid guess. We'll find out Wednesday.
MJF's got to have somebody in the tank. I mean, unless he feuds with Tony Khan for the next month and a half.
Should be excellent.
It's an old trope, but it's a good one.
It is. I would love it.
All right. Final thoughts about Dynamite.
A lot better than I was expecting, and they got me guessing, which they usually don't. So, kudos to AEW. They got me going.
Yeah, like I said, not everything was. I was ready for it to move on in total from storylines, and Hanger still kind of kicking around with the Blackpool Combat Club kind of irked me a bit. But I feel like there's a payoff there because they're turning them like full ass heel. So maybe there's something bigger at play. And a couple other things. Could have used more women. 2 matches, Tony. Just give me 2 matches, please.
Especially on International Women's Day.
Of all days, right?
It's Women's History Month.
They did give the women a good amount of time for what it's worth. Even though the match was very lopsided, story-wise, right? It was actually a decent length match, and they had a full promo Ruby before and a full thing afterwards they did. Plus, there was a secondary promo. So they did give more time, just not enough, in my opinion. Okay.
Agreed.
Anything else you want to get to?
No, I think this is good. I mean, other than our good friend Shazza McKenzie's coming to the States here shortly, and looks like she's gonna live here.
Oh, she's been manifesting that since the beginning of the year. So,
yep, I'm setting up bookings.
Way to go, Shazza! And for those of you out there, if you don't know who Shazza McKenzie is, haven't seen it, go look her up on Instagram, on the Twitters, and all the stuff.
Excellent wrestler, absolutely funny, good person,
total sweetheart. But a great wrestler, even better person. So cool. We are still set. Our next show that we're going to is going to be Dynamite, actually. So the 22nd is Dynamite in Kansas City. Quick heads up for any of our listeners out there who like to watch us live. It's going to take us a little time to drive home and get set up after Dynamite. So usually we have to do this like an hour after Dynamite's over. It's going to be later. Okay, we're still going to do it. We're still going to go on live.
Unless we go live on our phone, like with both of us together. Then we won't be able to see anything.
Well,
that'd be hilarious.
Reception out there's going to be so bad.
We'll do the parking lot. Let's go.
Jamie's got this hunch about him, and I'm just like, let's just push it to later on tonight. Anyway, heads up. It's not going to be your typical normal, like as we do every week here, 9:30, nice and professional. So either after dark. Well, yeah, if we're doing it from our phone inside of my car, it will be after dark. That's for sure. So very mood lighting-esque. What we'll get this figured out. Like I said, but 22nd, that it is in Kansas City. So just quick heads up. Show will be different. Either it's going to be later or format might be different, but it'll be different. And then I just want to let everybody know about that. Okay, cool, good. That's all
Absolutely.
I got. All right. Well, let's see what the week transpires. We will be back next week to see what happens in Winnipeg. Does it stay in Winnipeg? I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm gonna stop. Thank you for watching. Thank you.
I got nothing.
I'm getting loopy. I'm on a new medication. I think it's jacking my blood sugar. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We do appreciate you guys giving us some of your time here. As always, comment down below. Hit us up on Twitter if you want to join the conversation. We'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Jamie, take us home.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not down until Spotfest, I got 6 words for you. I know it's a lot. Hey, fuckface, you want a pickle?
All right, guys. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Peace.